A 2024 report from PayScale highlights 1 in 3 companies no longer list educational requirements on their job postings. Some college dropouts are even starting their own multi-million-dollar companies.
Including our next guest, who dropped out of Berkeley, UC Berkeley that is, his senior year to start a company attempting to solve drought by cloud seeding.
And joining us now, Rainmaker Technologies CEO, Augustus Doricko. Augustus, welcome. So make it rain with the facts. What is it about tech and meritocracy that goes together? You say a college isn't needed for everything.
Yeah, absolutely. What we should care about and what tech cares about, and now what the government cares about for the first time in my life because of guys like Luke Ferreter, a member of my Teal Fellow class, and because of the action of Elon and Donald Trump, what they do care about is efficacy. And you don't need a college degree that costs $250,000 and that makes you burn 4 years of your life at adult daycare to become effective and capable. And what we care about in Silicon Valley, what we care about at Rainmaker, and now for the first time ever in my lifetime in the US government, is getting the job done. We're producing technology in the United States for the first time to modify the weather to end drought for farms and ecosystems and cities by making it rain more. And I'm inspired by all of the rest of the people in Silicon Valley that are building small modular nuclear reactors, advanced manufacturing foundries, autonomous weapons systems, all without college degrees. This is what we should care about and should be focused on. And there's precedent for it because in the Apollo program, the average age was 25 years old. That's how we got to the moon. In the Manhattan Project, when we built the first nuclear bomb, the average age was also 25 years old. So the fact that our government's age has skewed so much older, rather than taking in the best and brightest, I think is indicative of the decay that we're seeing in our competition with China and just at home writ large.
My brother, Augustus, my brother and I for years have talked about how we would have been better off if we had not gone to college. It would have saved money, and we would have started our journey to where we wanted to be so much earlier. Are you actually finding it an advantage when you go out to raise money for your company, and when you go out to meet other entrepreneurs that you didn't, finish out your time at Berkeley, that they see you as a go-getter?
I noticed you called out that I went to UC Berkeley, and although while I was there, I didn't dye my hair pink, I think if I had spent any more time there, I'd have been all the more indoctrinated and made narrow in my thinking, because I wouldn't have realized that I have the potential, like anybody else in college now that might be listening to this does, to get into the workforce, to build new technology. I think that if you can get out and start something or work for a great company that's building technology that'll make America great and that will push civilization forward and that will honor God, then you should absolutely do that, rather than run the circuit of fraternities or write more essays about books that you didn't read.
Yep.
Yeah, and remember, those founders were also very young when you think about the founders of this country. Let's move on to this. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon has had it, and I do mean had it, with older employees insisting on working from home. Just listen to this, Augustus.
The young generation is being damaged by this. That means they may or may not be in your particular staff, but they are being left behind. They're being left behind socially, ideas, meeting people. In fact, my guess is most of you live in communities a hell of a lot less diverse than this room.
Augustus, what do you think?
El Segundo in Los Angeles, it's a crazy place that you should visit at some point. It's all of these deep tech companies that are building the future, and they're all teams of totally in-person engineers and scientists and operators. And it's because we're in person, it's because all these companies internally work together face-to-face, and then also get to share ideas around one another, that we're able to push the technology down the field so much faster. And because of that, I think we have a fighting chance against China when it comes to nuclear and weather modification. And mind you, with respect to weather modification, there's hundreds of millions of dollars being spent by the Chinese Meteorological Administration every year on their programs, and we're left behind. The average age at Rainmaker is 23. And I'm super proud of that. And these people are competing with China, even though like we're just a single startup and they have a 40,000 person agency. And it's only because we're in person, and it's only because we're hiring great people through rainmaker.com. Please apply if you're a cracked engineer that wants to drop out of college, that we're able to compete now.
You think together and you worship together as
Yeah,
well.
how about
Augustus
that?
Doricko, thank you so much. Great to see you. Please come back. We'll talk again. Be well.